week ago, there were under 3,000 cases in China. There are now more than 17,000.
We call on all countries to implement decisions that are evidence-based and consistent.
Coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
I'm officially declaring a national emergency.
As the virus continues to spread, so does fear.
Nearly 3,000 cases now reported in 49 states.
There are likely thousands of cases in Colorado that have not yet been tested or whose tests are pending.
Overnight, the House passing an emergency relief package for those financially hit by the coronavirus.
A U.S. travel ban.
News concerns over the coronavirus outbreak, and once again, they are affecting the stock market.
This is the moment the first NBA game was canceled.
The nature of outbreaks are that you percolate a little bit along and then you reach what we call an exponential phase.
This is like a war. And in a war, you do whatever is needed to be done to take care of your people.
Community spread is going to be real.
Do you think it's likely that everyone in your city has actually come into contact with this virus?
We had 25 confirmed cases on Monday. We have 269 this morning.
It's bound to get worse.
It will get worse. It will get much worse before it gets better.
A solemn Mayor Bill de Blasio today announcing the first coronavirus death in New York City.
A second person in New York State has died from the virus. The victim is a 60.
Welcome to Brooklyn. Amanda's right here working from home, as is 95% of the people here in New York City. Today, I am going to take you out around Manhattan. I know this is kind of going against the whole social distancing, but I just saw on the news and they said going outside is perfectly fine, just maintaining that 6 feet of distance. So I'm gonna try to keep my bubble, personal space bubble, 6 feet.
And you're gonna wash your hands.
And I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm prepared with sand sanitizer. So I'm gonna bring you around just so that you guys can see. I'm curious to see what it looks like downtown and all the busy spots. I don't know, it's getting pretty serious though. I feel like I'm going out on a run on like The Walking Dead to get supplies. Amanda and Coco are looking at me like it's my last days. I'm gonna bring my scooter, so that way I won't have to use the train as much. Yo, check this out, guys. So this place is pretty empty. We're at Times Square right now. This is more of the heart of it. So this is like a popular spot, and we'll head down and we'll look at the red stairs. We'll see if there's any people there. Oh yeah, this place is usually just full of even like street performers. They're interviewing people. I'm sure they're probably doing something similar. Like, how do you feel about coronavirus? You can see behind me here is pretty much the main part of Times Square where they do the ball drop. The red stairs are over here, and usually this area right here is just packed. On any day, there can be up to like 300,000+ people coming through here. And right now, it's pretty empty, which, you know, is great. That's a good thing. That's, you know, the idea here. We want to decrease that curve, increase social distancing, so a lot of people are staying home. There are still tourists here, but I think a lot of the people that are here actually is probably New Yorkers that are commuting to work. So normally this area is just full of the like street performer people, and there's just one guy there today. Oh, and here's one tourist getting a photo. News crew. But look at this place. So this is normally what it may look like at, you know, like 6 in the morning or something like that, but not at 1 in the afternoon. This is a time lapse I got from about a week ago, and this is what it looks like today. Oh, another tourist hotspot, and this place is empty. I think we're gonna see this pretty common theme throughout the rest of New York. But while I was at Times Square, I was chatting with one of the security guys there. He's been telling me there's been a pretty steady decline in visitors over the past week. He doesn't think it's really anything serious. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is an overreaction, or do you think we're taking the proper precautions? This place is dead too. Look at this. So yeah, I'm at the Oculus now. This is right by One World Trade, and this is not only like a shopping mall, but it's also like a big transportation hub. They've got trains to New Jersey, and pretty much all the major trains stop here. But as you can see, this place is also real quiet. Normally, this ledge right here, and just kind of like this one right here, is usually just packed with people, and there's usually lines because everyone's getting photos. But I mean, as you can see, it's pretty quiet. So how the conversation started with that security guy at Times Square was he was interested in the scooter, and I was just telling him how this model I got came with air tires. It doesn't have the hard ones, and I'd been really lucky over the past 6 months. I hadn't had any flats, and of course today I get a flat. Luckily, I'm in Brooklyn. While I walk home, let's have a little chat. I've been at home the past few days. Amanda and I, we've, just been kind of chilling out, following the whole quarantine, social distancing protocols that, the government and everyone's been recommending. So today is the first time I've been on the subway in a while, and the idea of getting in the subway wasn't really much of a concern at all. But when I actually did get on it, then I was like, oh. I found myself kind of looking around at everybody. I placed my bag to my right so that no one could sit in the seat next to me. 4 and 5 train, which I took in the city, those are a lot more narrow, and so it's more congested. When I was on that train, I just found myself just trying to keep to myself more. And I'm not normally like that. And usually I'll hold it onto the rails. I have no problems with any of that. And today I found myself using my jacket or my arm to brace and not trying to hold it. So yeah, it's in the back of my mind. Okay, let's continue the rest of this conversation in the apartment. And I feel safe again. How was your day?
It was very productive.
Oh, but it feels good to be back in the apartment. I feel like I can breathe some clean air. I guess this is clean.
I don't think you can find any clean air in New York.
Yeah, that's true. So, I gotta get some stuff out because I need to fix this tire on the scooter. Yeah, this whole coronavirus thing is getting serious. You guys saw today how the city is slowly shutting down. Obviously, you can see not everyone is really following the whole social distancing protocols that we're supposed to be, including myself. I really probably shouldn't have been out there, even though I did really try my best to stay away from people. But you know what I did do, Amanda, actually? I forgot to tell you guys, is when I was in Rockefeller Center, I met these 2 Filipino guys from Missouri, and we were chatting.
Did you shake their hands?
I kind of did a half shake. Started to shake his hand. I definitely held his hand for a second. And then the other nurse guy was like, no, no, no. We quickly did a little elbow bump, and then I sanitized my hand. But it was really easy to forget. Yeah. That, You're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm going to try to talk while I attempt to change the tube out on this. This thing is just progressing so quick. 8 days ago, we had like the busiest weekend ever. Friday, we went to Boys to Men. And then Saturday, we went to a boxing match at Barclays Center. And then Sunday night, we went to Madison Square Garden and saw the Knicks play. We really got it all out of our system. But yeah, now 8 days later, it's like, okay, everything is shut down. So I'm not sure if you guys have been watching the news, but last night, the governor said all the restaurants are closed. They can only do delivery. Bars are closed unless they serve food. But then again, they're only open for delivery. Things are shutting down. And actually, we thought it was just New York City, but it's statewide. And it's not even statewide. It's New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, because they wanted to prevent people from going from one state to the other. I guess it's becoming real, more serious, like day by day. Literally, by the hour, there's something new coming out. And we just watched the movies Contagion and what else did we watch? We watched Contagion and Outbreak the other day, and maybe they weren't the best idea to watch. I don't think a lot of people are really taking it that serious. I mean, even this weekend when we were going around, we saw a lot of people out at the bars. I'm just seeing more and more posts, which are more scientific reviews that are showing, you know, what could possibly happen, like especially here compared to what happened in Italy. What I'm getting anyways, it's all about the exponential growth. Okay. Oh, let's make sure I keep all of these little screws. I definitely don't want to lose any of these little things. Yeah, so the exponential growth. Every 3 days, they're saying the number of cases is doubling. Also, the number of cases, and also the number of cases that they're reporting, the known cases, is apparently what experts are saying is a huge underestimation.
My colleague said her cousins live in Spain, and if they're caught outside, they get a fine.
Really? How are those cup of noodles?
Good.
Amanda's dipping into our stockpile.
This is my first.
We don't even have a stockpile, honestly. So what else happened? Schools are shut down.
They said that they're leaving one school open in like each district so that the medical respondents can have somewhere to like put their children while they go to the hospitals and work.
That's smart. Because yeah, the schools are closed for like a month. They said they could potentially be canceled for the rest of the academic school year. We were talking to one of our friends who does a lot of like social work type stuff. She said in New York City that I believe it was 1 in 10, right? She said 1 in 10 students are homeless. So they're going to shelters. So they're coming to school and relying on like the meals they get at school as their means of food.
That was another thing on the news this morning. There's, I was kind of half watching, but they were basically making lunches for those students. So they're still taking them food, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so it's all these other repercussions. And it does sound extreme, but, you know, I think I think we're taking necessary steps because ultimately it's going to save lives. So someone shared a post on Facebook and it said, hopefully in 6 months from now, all of this will look like an overreaction and, you know, there won't be many deaths and everything will go back to normal. And hopefully that's the case. I mean, hopefully what we're doing now, the precautions we're taking, it will just look like we overreacted. And I think that is the point of what we're doing now. I don't know where we're going to be in 10 days.
Do you think they'll stop all airlines, like domestic?
I think they might. That was already been in the talks about shutting down domestic travel. I bet they probably will. Amanda's supposed to go to Austin for a bachelorette party next weekend.
It's not going to happen.
Are you going to cancel?
Yeah.
Did you tell her?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She
understands.
She's like starting to get scared now.
Let me wash my hands real quick. And
Amanda taught me a washing technique. Apparently we've all been doing it wrong. Or just me anyways, is you're supposed to do it like this. Palm here, fingers here, and you go like this. So, looks like we'll be sitting around here for a while. Yeah, Amanda will be here, we'll be here, I'll be here, Coco will be here.
Coco will be here.
So let's all do our part for the community and stay in as much as possible. Let us know what's like going on in your town. I'm sure you're probably sold out of TP like everyone else. Thankfully, we have a bidet. That's all I gotta say about that. It's Wednesday. It's now day 3 of quarantine.
Is that it?
You're right. It does feel like it's going by real slow. It feels way longer. Not really a whole lot more changes since then.
I feel like changes are only getting more organized and getting more into like a routine, at least for me with work. I'm actually getting a lot done, so I'm kind of happy about this.
Good. I am not getting so much done. But then
Mark
again,
is learning new skills.
Let's end on this good note. I want you guys to say hello to my new hobby and my new sourdough starters. The name is to be determined. If you have any name options, let me know. Oh yeah, look at that. They're growing. So this is where it was when I filled up this morning. It's already doubled in size. These guys are almost, yeah, they're almost ready for some bacon. Maybe we'll do an update video in a week. The next video is going to be the last day in Norway because we never put that video out yet. So, see you later. Amanda, do you want to end it?
Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay safe, and wash your hands, and don't touch your face, and stay inside. Don't be a spreader.